Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Be here with the UntitledGameShow.com. Here once again with another Pokémon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. For today, I am facing Peter. He is one of my viewers and followers from Twitch. So this is another subscriber and follower battle. This one coming from Twitch specifically. So let's get to it right there to Peter. Peter is going to be playing with some Darkrai, Jolteon. Looks like he did have a Vaporeon and some other pretty cool Pokemon. Oh, it wasn't Vaporeon. It was a Glaceon. So right there we see the first few Pokemons he's starting off with. So I'm going to go ahead and start it off with this specific attack. Glaceon is an ice type, so ice types are weak against, I don't freaking know. So we're just going to use that right now. Let's take care of him first. Then we're going to use Tri Attack because I do have Choice Scarf right now. Alright, perfect. Next up, we're going to use Volt Switch. Then we're going to go ahead and switch out of battle with Ducky. As I do not think, well, actually, let's try something else. We use Volt Switch on, no, we have to do that. Then we're going to switch out of battle and switch into DDUCK. DDUCK is my defensive duck. Basically has become, as of today, this is literally my favorite Pokemon just to play with. I thought my favorite tank was Cresselia, but the fact that this is a normal Pokemon and is a tank is so unexpected. And it could even keep on evolving. So he switches into a rock type, or is it a ground type? If it was a ground type, it wouldn't have worked, so I'm guessing that's a rock type. Sorry guys, I do not know every single Pokemon typing off the top of my head, so I just gotta go with what I know. So next up, I think the best thing for me to do is switch into Greninja, because I don't think they would expect me to switch into a water dark type Jolteon. So I don't think Jolteon would have attacked specifically Thundurus with a Thunder attack. So that gives me a free turn right there. So now I'm going to be able to set up using my boy Greninja with Map Block. Next up, I'm going to be set up once again by using Toxic on Jolteon. Nobody in my team currently runs any ground type moves, so that is a disadvantage for me, but it's still okay in the sense that there's other moves that can replace that. So there you go, Map Block does this thing. Next up, I get to basically use Toxic. Before though, he uses Stealth Rock, which is a pretty good move. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out of this. I think Jolteon is literally only weak against, if I'm correct, ground type attacks. And if it has an air balloon, it basically becomes crazy strong. If I am correct. I might be wrong on that though. My typing off the top of my head sometimes is kind of incorrect. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and use the U-turn. Greninja is another awesome Pokemon added. Out of the 3 new Pokemon, it is basically my favorite. So, if I was my opponent, what I would have done, I would have probably attacked Greninja, seeing as he is a water type. So I'm gonna put in Thundurus in once again, as Jolteon, as DDUCK wouldn't take that much damage. As there you go, Thundurus avoided the attack. Jolteon avoided the attack as well. And we're reset because many people avoided the attack on that turn. We're gonna go ahead and use Volt Switch one more time. Next up, we're going to try one last time. I'm just going to go ahead and use this time, as DDUCK is not doing anything with Toxic. Toxic is not working out, so we might as well just go ahead and attack. Once again, guys, this is a double battle featuring Peter from Twitch. Thank you, Peter, for actually joining me in this battle today. He wanted to battle me, and as always, guys, when you guys show up to my live stream, I try to get as many people battling as I possibly can. This was a random live stream that I wasn't planning to do ahead of time. So once again, guys, I do not think he was going to probably think I was going to do Volt Switch one more time, so I'm going to switch back into Greninja, set back up map block. This is part of my U-turn Volt Switch team. This team is not really set up correctly yet because I'm using it with this right here team with the Porygon2, but I do have another box full of Pokemon that all do U-turn and Volt Switch and other attacks to switch out of battle. Basically getting Greninja and Smeargle keep back and forth, use the map block and keep defending the team with Quick Claws or Choice Scarfs or other attacks like that. Now we got a Gengar on the field, which is a really dangerous Pokemon. Now I have a choice to make. I either could go with the map block right here or try to go ahead with a Dark Pulse on Gengar to try to get Gengar's health pretty low. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go ahead for the map block first. I'm going to go ahead and use Ice Beam on Gengar with Porygon2. The reason for that, even if Gengar somehow survives the Dark Pulse, he will be getting hit next turn with that Dark Pulse when he already has lower health. So even though that the Ice Beam is not going to really be doing that much damage on him right now, it probably will be doing enough. So he goes ahead and does the perfect move. I would have did the same thing. As everybody who plays Porygon 2 knows, you need to eliminate Porygon 2 as fast as possible. So put him to sleep, disabling his ability was smart. It saves him from getting hit by my Ice Beam, and it was a really good defensive move. I didn't expect it, and that's my own fault. And I do not have a berry or any item to recover from the sleep hypnosis at the moment. So I basically got to sit here and endure having the sleep effect. I have Quick Claw in effect. I'm going to go ahead and use Dark Pulse. Let's see if it is going to be enough to kill Gengar. If it isn't, there's nothing else I can do about it. So it was. So before, when I made the choice not to hit him with the Dark Pulse was a mistake. I have most of my abilities in speed and attack specifically for this Greninja. The reason why I put it into attack is for U-turn. I use U-turn so much that it's amazing. I do not really use my Greninja to attack as much as most other people would do. I would basically just U-turn out and into map block to set up over and over. Seeing as how right now we already have one person asleep, it doesn't really too much affect me and I'm not too worried. So what would happen, the best case scenario right now, for me right now, would be using U-turn, but as seen as what's going on, let's see what's happening. I'm going to use U-turn to keep him alive, and see how he is a dark type. He's going to take some decent amount of damage from U-turn. The question is, who do I switch in to might be running right into a wall of dark void? So right now it seems like the only person I'm willing to lose is Cloyster. Cloyster's an excellent Pokemon, but because of his speed, he will always go slow and last in this setup right here. So right now the best thing for me to do is either let Jolteon or Darkrai kill Cloyster, then be able to switch back into a faster Pokemon. So that's what basically is going to happen right there. I sacrifice Cloyster for have the possibility of actually killing Darkrai on the next turn. So here I go now. I'm not going to switch out Porygon 2. Right now, I'm seeing as that both of these Pokemons are already crippled. I think the best thing for me to do is actually switch into Porygon-Z, him being Choice Scarf, and it doesn't seem like my opponent is actually using anything to guarantee that he goes first with his Darker Eye. I'm going to go ahead and use Hidden Power. My Hidden Power on my Porygon-Z is a fighting type move, and seeing as how his HP is already lowered, it should do a decent amount of damage. I'm going to go ahead and use Recovery on my Porygon 2, which is called my defense duck. I thought it was fighting. I guess it wasn't. Oh well, that was my mistake. Um, Orosomon, or the guy who just joined chat. Oh, I'm gonna call you. I don't know what the hell is UU or OU or all that smoking stuff. I'll just play Pokemon, man. I am not that much into it that I know that stuff. I play with whatever Pokemon I have in my party. That's it. I don't build teams based on some rules. I don't play tournaments or anything. So it looks like I was a big disadvantage right there. So nothing else I could do right now. I'll try to set this up if I can correctly. So I made a mistake by thinking that I had a hidden power fighting. I don't remember what hidden power it is now. So because of that, I'm just going to freaking get rid of the attack. I'm going to keep on trying to... I did get a chance to recover my health with DDUCK. So now I'm going to go ahead on the offensive by using Toxic on Darkrai. It might actually not come into effect if my Alakazam goes ahead and use Focus Blast first. We will find out right now. Decent amount of damage, but because he is only electrical type, it does not get any stab damage perfectly. There we go. Focus Blast hits him 100%. And as my Alakazam is a perfect attack Alakazam of 407, I think that's the how much. Everything has worked out perfectly. Jolteon does get poisoned. Finally, after all this long ass battle, he's been avoiding it all this time. So perfectly, Jolteon now becomes a slower Pokemon, and it seems like I have finally turned the tide of battle, and I have the big advantage going forward. Alright, so we now have Vaporeon, which at the beginning I thought he didn't have, but it looks like I was incorrect on that assumption. So right here, I'm just going to go for a stab attack by going with the Psychic type move. I'm going to go once again into some Toxic once again with Porygon2. Once again, guys, if you guys ever play me and you see DDUCK, take it out. I'm going to let Alakazam die because I didn't feel like there was a necessity for me to actually switch out. Vaporeon is actually an excellent Pokemon. I think Vaporeon is one of the great Pokemon overall. As you guys can see, DDUCK has lots of defense. DDUCK is a trooper, and he seems like he's always the last Pokemon to survive on my team. It's going to be crazy once I combine DDUCK and Cresselia and some other tanks together in an all-out defensive game. So here we go one more time. We're going to bring out Thundurus. As Thundurus is an extremely fast Pokemon and has the ability to inflict status effects. Because of Prankster, I think I'm in a pretty good situation right here. I will be able to get rid of Vaporeon, as I don't think Vaporeon has any priority moves on his set currently. I'm going to be able to use Ice Beam on Jolteon, and that should take out both of these Pokemons right now if the poison wouldn't already did it anyways. So both Pokemons are taken out just like I thought. I switch back out. I bring back in Greninja, unless he goes ahead and was using Thunder. Greninja should be perfectly fine to set up. He picks the wrong Pokemon to actually use Thunder on, which is perfectly fine. And then the following turn, I'm just going to be able to use Recovery. So every Pokemon I'm using right now are legal Pokemons. All of them are used to be able to use in ranked matches. So that's the cool thing about this stuff, guys. Every Pokemon I'm using, this strategy is 100% legal in ranked matches. I've only lost with this strategy literally one time against one of my subscribers named Red, or Evan as in the game. So he's pretty good. His strategy is pretty planned out. Pretty good with status effects. So with everything leaving out right here, Glaceon's there. I'm just still going to use Map Block. I just like always seeing what moves my opponents planned on using. So even though I might have this in a bag, I'll go ahead and use Map Block. I'm going to use Ice Beam even though it's not going to do that much damage on Glaceon as he is an Ice type Pokemon. I just want to see what attack he goes ahead and would have picked. to try to defend himself. But he was paralyzed, so it doesn't look like there's nothing much he could do anyway. So that is pretty much game, guys, right there. I'm going to go ahead and use U-turn just to end the match right there. I'm going to go ahead and use recover, use trick room just for fun, and call it games. And next time I battle, guys, I will try to show you guys my, well, U-turn strategy. My U-turn strategy is a little bit more fun. Thanks for battling, Peter. I hope it was a nice match for you too. I hope you guys at least learned something. Even if you guys lost the match, it was really fun. I will be back with more Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battles. Anytime people challenge me or when I have some cool match to show you guys online, please go ahead to the UntitledGameShow.com and check out my Twitch channel, which is the Untitled Game Show as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to be saving that video because that video is pretty badass. Till next time, peace out, guys.